Well, for those of us who loved Greg Norman during the 80s and the early 90s, as he won those two British Opens but had all of that heartache, particularly at the Masters, we've followed his career as he's moved out of golf, played seniors golf. He's had a fairly rocky personal life, and we've seen all of that documented far too much. We've got too much information. But he did send out some Instagram, I think, images he sent out a couple of days ago of himself chopping down limbs of a tree with a chainsaw, and thinking, oh, I'm very good at this.
Age of 59, looking extremely fit. Here he is there, that is Florida mansion down by the waterfront. Just clearing the trees, right, and perhaps trying to improve the view a little bit.
That's right. And those of us that play golf know that it's all about hand-eye coordination, very precise. You have to be very good, know where your hands are, know where your body is, be very, very fit. So wouldn't he be the very last person to end up nearly slicing off his left hand?
Yeah, well, he ended up in hospital for 3 days, has just been released. He received a nick from the chainsaw just about where his watch normally sits. But he's very, very lucky man, which led us to discuss on the show today a lot of those DIY accidents that a lot of us clumsy, awkward males tend to commit on the weekend.
And the truth is, and this came to the fore when Molly Meldrum fell off a roof, and we all went to the emergency departments and discovered that it happens all the time, and that once you get past a certain age, which is probably closer to 40 rather than 50, you're not quite as capable as you used to be of being up on ladders or up in trees or on roofs, and you're in a hurry and you do things very quickly. So you get out you buy your cheap chainsaw.
You've done it.
Yeah, you buy your cheap chainsaw, you buy your cheap circular saw from down at Bunnings. The instructions are there, but you really want to use it, so you sort of have a cursory look and you pull it out. You don't really put the safety equipment on, and away you go. And the warning from this with Greg Norman, if with his hand-eye coordination and fitness did what he did to himself, people like you and me, yep, ought to be steering clear of that stuff.
Or you could end up like my old man, who loved his circular saw and his workbench so much that he was working away and came to believe that nothing could really hurt him, until a day he sliced half of his thumb off, which had to be picked up, reattached and taken off to the surgery. There wasn't enough skin left over to repair his thumb, so the doctors very delicately took a little bit of skin off his leg and sewed it on here, and it regenerated and grew back. Unfortunately, they took it off a very hairy part of his leg, and he now has a thumb that sprouts a lot of hairs, which need to be shaved back. Oh, every couple of days he needs to just shave the thumb.
Terrific.
Be careful out there.